Hey guys, Metal Driver here, back with another AEW Unmatched review. And today, I'll be looking at the Series 4 Luminaries Collection, Corazon de Leon. De Leon? De Leon? No, that just sounds too gringo. I need to fix that. Tamales. Today, I'll be looking at El Corazon de Leon, Chris Jericho. On the side, you get an image of Jericho, then on the back, you get another image, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, so that was the box, so without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at a young Chris Jericho. And here's a figure that can't stand up, apparently. Here's El Corazon de Leon out of the packaging, but before we take a look at the figure, let's look at the accessories that he comes with. And he just comes with an entrance jacket. It is a plastic jacket, so it hinders most of the articulation. I say most because you can move the arms outward, not really up, especially with the tassels on the back. So that sucks, and if you have watched my reviews, if you are familiar with the channel, you should know that I absolutely hate these type of jackets. They suck. I prefer the soft goods type of jackets. This I don't like. But if I'm going to say anything positive, anything nice, is that it is sculpted well. The colors on the jacket, it looks nice. Got some gold there, some multicolors here on the tassels, which look nice. Some good creases there. A lot of color on the back of the jacket. So this would look nice as a display piece, but I'm still not a fan, especially since this is the only accessory that we get. No interchangeable hands. It would have been nice to have some fisted hands, but yeah, this is it. And then continuing on with the disappointment, let's take a look at the head scan, and you know what? I think it looks spot on. It looks just like Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Or maybe they were going for a Glenn Close look. I think it does kind of look like the actress. But unfortunately, this is not supposed to be Owen Wilson. It's not supposed to be Glenn Close. It's supposed to be Chris Jericho, a younger Jericho, and I'm not sure what happened here. Not sure what Jazzwares was doing when they sculpted this design, the head scan, because this does not look like Jericho. I'm sorry. And it's kind of sad because we've gotten many Jerichos with the AEW figures so far, and the head scans have ranged from good to great. They know how to make a good Jericho figure, so not sure why this turned out this way. Now, I'm not a toy maker, so I don't know how the process goes, but I think they could have maybe used one of the head scans and just kind of smooth the face out and make him look younger. But again, I don't know how these things are made, so I just review them. Now, I will say the paint looks good on here. The eyes look good, the eyebrows, the lips, the teeth. Certainly better than how my CM Punk turned out. I do like the sculpting of the hair. That looks nice. It is a soft plastic, so hopefully it doesn't hinder too much articulation, but it does look nice. But really, that's the only nice thing I can say aside from the paint. Looking at the body, I think this is a good choice for a young Jericho. It looks nice. The arms aren't too skinny, so I am satisfied with that. Got some black wrist tape here painted nicely. Got this yellow tie, is that what that is? Around the middle finger, going down the hand. And then looking at the trunks, they are yellow and gold. I think the paint came out pretty well on here. I don't see any major sloppiness or mispaint. The line work on the letters for Lion look pretty good. Some nice painted fringes here, and then it is sculpted down here on the back of the leg, so that is pretty nice. Good paint there. Good paint on the Lion image right here, so that is nice. He's got standard black knee pads, black boots, black kick pads that say Lion on both boots, and they have some good paint on the lettering right here, so that looks nice. Too bad the head scan doesn't look nice though. Alright, then going over the articulation. Head is on a ball joint and a hinge. Looks that high up, that far down, so better range there. It can turn side to side and pivot decently enough. Shoulder goes that high up. It rotates all the way around. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a swivel and hinge at the wrist. You got your ball joints at the upper diaphragm and the waist, so crunches that far forward, goes that far back, turns pretty well, and pivots very well at the upper diaphragm. Then at the waist, he crunches even further forward, so that's excellent range there. Really good. Going backward, twists slightly. Legs go that far out, they go that high up. There's a thigh cut, double jointed knees, hindered a bit by this knee pad. A cut at the top of the boot. Ankle goes that high up, that far down, and some excellent ankle pivot. Alright, so for this comparison, let's take a look at the different incarnations of Jericho next to the new Luminaries Jericho. Here he is next to the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, the very first undisputed champion Jericho, the List of Jericho version of Y2J, and then here he is next to Le Champion, the Demo God, and finally the Painmaker. Then, in case you're wondering how the previous Jericho head scans look on this Jericho, well, here's Series 1, and that kind of looks funny. It looks like he's taking some tanning lessons from Hulk Hogan. And then here he is with the Series 6 Jericho head sculpt, and yeah, these head scans, they don't fit very well on the ball joint of this figure, so that's kind of disappointing, but I don't think you're really planning on swapping these heads, because they just look weird. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the Luminaries Unmatched Series 4 Chris Jericho? Well, the idea is good. I like the idea of legendary wrestlers having action figures of their classic looks, their early incarnations, especially the ones that are currently on the roster. So I would love to see a Surfer Sting or a 90s Crow Sting get released, especially since the Mattel ones were great for the time. That they were made before the TrueFX printing, the interchangeable hands, and the double jointed elbows. So it'd be nice to get updated versions of Sting. But as far as how this figure is executed, yeah, I don't think Jazzwares did a good job with this, and it really comes down to the head scan. This just does not look good. I'm sorry. This is not a good head sculpt. I don't like how it looks. It doesn't look like Jericho. It just looks like other random celebrities. And I'm of the belief that a head scan can either make or break a figure. And in this case, yeah, this figure, it's a no. Unless you are a big fan of Jericho and you want every single version of Jericho in your collection, I don't see why you would want to pick this up. For me, it's a pass. If it had a good head sculpt, then I would say sure, pick it up, but yeah, save your money and just skip this figure. But what you should not skip is hitting that like button and subscribing if you haven't done so already. If you want a chance to get a shout out in the next video, leave a comment down below, just like Muhammad Sendikia mentioning that the MJF face just does not resemble him. And yeah, 100% agree that new MJF just does not have a good head scan, just like this one. Seems like it's kind of a running theme with Unmatched 4. Check out my social media to be up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.